Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. Sunil here. Welcome to the session. Can you hear me? If yes, please type yes in the chat box as a confirmation. Welcome to day 2. The chat is open now. Welcome to the day 2 of Linux administration course. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ramesh. Thank you very much for your confirmations. Let us stop the chat. Let us stop the chat. What's our plan for today? As I told you, there is no prerequisite. Okay, so even though you're completely new in Linux, or you may be completely new in IT or software field, right from the scratch we'll be starting. So today we'll be learning about very frequently used activities, creating files and creating directories and navigating between the directories. So plan for today, how to create a file, how to remove a file, okay, how to create a directory, how to delete a directory, how to navigate between one directory to other directory, rm-r long list, how to list out all the files and directories. What do you mean by long list? What happens when a file name starts with dot? How to see hidden files, how to create hidden directories, combination of listing options very frequently used, how to copy a particular file, how to rename a file. So these are all the new concepts what we are planned for our today's session. As usual, before moving on, any questions, please raise your hand. Ramesh, I can see your hand raised. Again, you have dropped it. How are you doing, Ramesh?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you for your time. Sunil, actually, yesterday you said that you need to install the workstation. After that, you need to install the Linux operating system. So
Correct.
I tried it, but when I tried to install the operating Linux operating system,
Have you
I'm getting
installed
failed.
VMware?
Yes. After
Okay.
that only, after that only, I know I used to do this kind of activity, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
practice, but now
Mm-hmm.
when I try to install Linux, getting error. Windows, I'm able to do it.
You are not able to create a
Even,
Linux virtual machine. You did
yes,
you are you using the ISO file which we have provided?
yes, the same one. I
Okay.
downloaded
So
both
did
the
you watch the
this one.
recorded sessions and are you following the steps
Yes,
exactly which we are following?
it is this error message is the media check is complete. Result is failed. It is not recommended to use this media. Failed. Failed to start media check
Okay.
on.
1 minute. I have created one folder in D drive. Do you remember yesterday at the time of in E drive?
Yeah,
Do you remember? With
correct.
this particular RHEL. Can you see my screen?
Correct.
So this kind of folder, did you create it?
Yes.
In which drive you have created it?
C drive itself. Only one drive I have.
That is the problem. Create one more drive called E drive. Create an additional partition.
Acha.
Okay. C drive is generally operating system for the physical operating system, right? On metal. So
Uh-huh.
create one E drive and work out, complete all the VM related files, place it in E drive and try it one more time. Okay.
Acha.
Okay. Okay,
Thank you.
Ramesh. Yeah. Thank you very much. Good evening, Mr. Tosin. Late evening for you. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good, Tony. Thank you. Yeah, I just asked the question, the file for the Red Hat, are you gonna when are we gonna get it so I can install it then? I
We already have
currently
sent you
where?
in the WhatsApp group, in the WhatsApp
Oh,
community. Are you in the community?
yeah, I'm in the community, but I don't think I can't. No file was shared. Only just information about the classes.
Please look at it, uh, Tosin. Okay. All the others have already received that link in the community. Okay. Please verify
Okay.
one more time or email us to support@logiclabstech.com. You have our support email, right? We will
Yeah,
send
sure, I
it.
do.
Okay. Please check the
Okay.
WhatsApp group. Otherwise,
Yeah.
my team member will send the same link which we have sent it yesterday. We will do it one more time. Check it in the
Okay.
WhatsApp community. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good morning, Amol. How are you doing? Welcome to the session, Amol.
Hi,
Yes.
hi Sunil, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am
Your
also.
location, your experience, please.
My location is Pune, and
Hmm.
my experience is near about 7 years. But my experience is not dedicated to Linux. my total experience is Windows based. I'm working in the middleware admin.
Windows administration.
Yes, I'm working as a Apache Tomcat IS like that.
Wow, very good experience.
Yes,
Middleware.
yes.
Nice,
Okay.
nice.
Yesterday
Okay.
I'm not able to join your session, so I
Okay.
want to study recording how to.
Are you in the WhatsApp community?
Yes, I'm in WhatsApp community, but I'm not able to see the.
We have shared you the day one. We have shared you the day one video in the WhatsApp community. Okay. Or you can
WhatsApp
do one
community
thing.
name is account payable professional, right?
I'm sorry, you are in a wrong WhatsApp group. I already have sent you the WhatsApp group information in the chat box. Let me send you one more time.
Please share. I'm join.
1 minute. Ah, you are not there yesterday, right? Okay.
Yes.
Please check the chat, Amol.
Okay. Yes.
I have just sent you the link now. Have you received it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So please join the WhatsApp community. You will also get today's video as well as yesterday's video also. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Perfect. Thank you. So are you the previous participant of Logic Labs? How do you know about this institute?
Yes. Yes. I'm already. I have joined one training your side and you.
Which course?
AWS DevOps.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yes. After that,
Thank you.
second training I have joined.
Thank you. Thank you, Amol.
Okay.
Perfect. Let's get started. We have created a Linux virtual machine. Am I right? Let's open VMware. So this is the Linux machine. Right now, this is in powered off. Whenever you practice, once you're done with your practicing or hands-on, please power off. And then whenever you want to start again, please power on the machine. Let me power on. Let's wait for the machine to get started. Do you remember we have created a new user in the previous session? Do you remember we have created a new user in the previous session? The name of the user is Sunil. The password is Sunil123. Perfect. So I'll be using this particular, I log into this username, Sunil123. Sign in. Yes, S is uppercase. Let's wait for the Red Hat Linux to get started. You can see this is the dashboard. This is the desktop. Okay, so select the language. Okay, English. Okay, click on next. Location, we don't need to have any location. Click on next. Skip. Start using Red Hat Linux. Perfect. Close this. Linux is all about understanding the commands and running the commands. Where do you run the commands? We need a terminal. We need a terminal to communicate to operating system with the help of commands. How can you open a terminal? Can you say left side top? Can you see under activities? We have an option here. This particular option is called as terminal. The terminal gets open. Using this particular terminal, you can communicate to your operating system. Clear about this? So this is the terminal which you use to run the Linux commands. Let's start with basics. Let's learn how can you create a file. The first step what I want to do is to create a file. I want to create a file with the name F1. I want to create a file with the name F1. Okay. So how can I create a file? I want to create a file. We have a command called cat. Cat is a command which helps you to create a new file. The syntax is cat, use the greater than symbol and mention the file name which you want to create. Mention the file name which you want to create. This is how you can create a new file. Example, in our case, I want to create a new file with the name f1. So the command will be cat, use greater than symbol, mention the file name which you want to create, f1, the file gets created. Clear? So let's experience the process of creating a new file. The name of the file which you're planning to create is f1. So go to the terminal. Please use the command cat. This is the command which helps you to create a new file. Please use greater than symbol. Mention the name of the file which you want to create, f1. The file gets created. My dear participants, very important observation. You will not get the dollar prompt. You will not get the dollar prompt. The control will enter into the file. So why are we creating a file? Generally, why do we create a file? To save some data. So I want to have some contents into the file. Let's say, for example, good morning. Welcome to Linux admin course. Thank you. This is a 3 lines of content which I want to write it into the file f1. How to come out of the cat command? Participants, how to come out of the cat command? Control D. Control D is used to come out of the cat command. So I want to come out of the cat command back to my dollar prompt. I use Control D. I'm back to my dollar prompt. I'm done with creating a file. Participants, I'm done with creating a file. This is how we have to create a new file in Linux. Let's say I want to create one more file with the name f2. Cat greater than, mention the file name which you want to create. f2, the file gets created. Control will enter into the file. Whatever the contents you want to write the contents into the file. And how to come out of the file? How to come out of the file? Control D is to come out of the file. So this is how to create a new file. Clear? Cat command is used to create a new file. Next point. How many files we have created? How many files we have created? We have created 2 files. One is f1, the other one is f2. So you have created 2 files. I want to see list of all the files which I have created. I want to see list of all the files which I have created. If you want to look at the list of all the files we have created, so we have a command in Linux, a very frequently used command called ls. We have a command in Linux stands for ls, stands for list. The list command will show you a list of all the files which we have created. I want to look at the files which I have created, so I'm using the command called list. ls stands for list. Participants, can you see we have seen a file f1? Yes, you are right. Can you see we have created a file f2? Yes. And there are some other folders which we have. These are called directories. Okay. There's some predefined directories. So like in Windows also, the moment you install Windows operating system, you have predefined folders like documents, downloads, and all those. The same way here also, you are getting some predefined folders, but you are able to see the files which you have created. Am I right? Perfect. So you now know how to create a file, and you also know how to list out all the files which we have created by using the list command. Next point. Very important point. In 2 ways we can create a file. Participants, in 2 ways we can create a file. The first way, which we have just now learned, using the cat command, you can create a file. We can also create a file by using the touch command. If anyone asks you in how many ways we can create a file, so in Linux, we have 2 options, 2 ways to create a file. One is by using the cat command, which we already have learned it. We have created a file f1. We also have created a file f2. So both the files which I have created by using the cat command. We can also create the file by using touch command. Let's experience the second way. Let's experience the second way of creating a file by using the touch command. I want to create a file with the name f3. I want to create a file with the name f3. This time I want to create a file by using the touch command. The command is very simple. Touch followed with f3, the file gets created. Touch command is used to create a file. It's very simple. Touch followed with the file name so that the file gets created. So let's go ahead and create a file. Let's go ahead and create a file. The name of the file which you are planning to create is f3. This time I want to create a file by using the touch command. Let's experience it. Let's experience it. Touch F3. Perfect. File got created. Touch F4. File got created. Yes, we have done with creating file 3 and F3 and F4. ls total you have F1, F2 which we have created by using the cat command, F3 and F4 we have created by using the touch command. My dear participants, have you experienced the difference? Have you experienced the difference of creating a file by using the cat command and the difference of creating a file by using touch command? Did you experience the difference? The difference is when you create a file by using cat command, file gets created, control will enter into the file. You are writing some contents into the file. Am I right? You are writing some contents into the file, and control D is used to come out of the file. So this is the process what happens when you create a file by using the cat command. Whereas if you compare, if you're creating a file by using the touch command, is the control entering into the file? Are you writing any content into the file? No. The moment you write a touch command followed with the file name F3, you're getting the dollar prompt back. The moment you create a file F4, you're getting the dollar prompt back. You're not writing any content. This means touch command helps you to create an empty file. Touch command, the purpose of the touch command is to create a the purpose of the touch command is to create an empty file. You want to create a file first, later you want to open the file and write the contents. You want to quickly create an empty file, you can quickly do it by using the touch command. So participants, remember touch command is used to create empty files. Whenever you want to create an empty file, please go ahead and quickly create it within a moment by using the touch command. How to open this particular empty file and how to write the contents into that particular file, we'll see that in the coming classes. But in two ways, you have now experienced the two ways of creating a file by using the cat command. The other one is by using the touch command. Perfect? Yes. Manoj, good morning. Your question, please. You are now allowed to unmute. I can see your hand raised. Thank you. Perfect. How to clear the screen? We have a clear command. Okay. So we have CLEAR. We have a clear command which helps you to clear the terminal. We have a clear command which helps you to create the terminal. I have cleared the terminal. ls to see list of all the files. We have F1, F2, we have F3 and F4. These are files which I have created. We now know how to create a file. Let's learn how can we remove a file. Okay, let's learn how can we remove a file. Okay, so we have, as and when required, we have created a file. Now you should in a position to remove a file. Let's say I want to remove the file F4. We have a file F4, right? We have a file F4. I want to remove this particular file F4. Can we do it? Can we remove the file? Yes, we have a command called RM. Very meaningful. You don't need to by heart the command. The moment you look at the command RM, you can easily guess we have a remove command which helps you to remove the file. So the command will be RM and mention the file name which you want to remove, F4, which helps you to remove the file. Yes, I want to remove the file F4. Yes, the command will be RM followed the file name F4. So this helps you to remove the file. The file has been removed. ls to see list of all the files. Participants, please have a look at it. We have F1, we have F2, we have F3. What about F4? Are you able to see F4? No, it has been deleted. So we have learned how can we remove a file. Similarly, if you want to remove the file F2, if you want to remove a file F2 we have created by using cat command, right? F2 we have created a file by using cat command, right? F1 also we have created a file by using cat command. Can you remove the file F2? Yes, you can do that same command. Whether you're creating a file by using the cat command or you have created a file by using touch command does not make any difference. Whenever you want to remove a file, we have a command called RM stands for remove. Mention the file name which you want to remove. F2 is the command file which I want to remove. The file has been removed now. ls to see list of all the files. Now we are left over with only two files. We have F1 file and we have F3 file. This is how you have to deal with files in Linux. So you now know how to create a file. You now know how to create a file by using two options, by using the cat command, by using the touch command. Touch helps you to create an empty file. You know how to see list of all the files. ls is a command which helps you to see list of all the files. You also know how to remove unnecessary file. Whenever you want to remove a file, we have a command called rm, stands for remove, which helps you to remove the required file. Next, very important. We have created the file f1, isn't it? Perfect. No doubt we have created a file f1. What is the content in the file f1? Do you remember this file f1 we have created by using cat command? We have some 3 lines of content. Welcome, good morning or welcome to Linux administration course. We have some 3 lines of content. You want to read the data. You want to read the data. How can we read the data? How can you look at the data present in the file f1? I think f1 is having 3 lines of content. Whenever you want to read the data, the command is the same, cat. Cat is used to see the data present in the file. Okay, the command which we have used for creating the new file is also the cat command, but the point is we have used greater than symbol. Whenever you have to use greater than symbol in case if you want to create a new file. Now this time I don't want to create a new file. File is already available. I want to see the data present in the file. Don't use greater than symbol. Just mention cat f1. Are you able to see the data present in the content? Good morning. Are you able to read the data? Welcome to the Linux admin course. Thank you. So cat command is used to see the data present in the file. Greater than symbol when you have to use it only when you're creating a new file. Now this time I don't want to create a new file. I want to see the data present in the existing file. So don't use greater than symbol, just write F1 so that this will help you to see the data present in the file. Clear? Clear about this? Perfect. So you now know how to create a file, how to remove a file. Let's deal with directories. Very frequently you also work with directories. Directories are nothing but folders. In Windows, we create folders, right? So this is a folder, can you see? This is a folder for recorded sessions. This is a folder for Windows 10 notes. And this is a folder which I have created for Linux administration course. And this is a folder which I have created for Windows administration course. Inside the folder, we can have some files, right? In the same way, like how we have folders in Windows, in Linux, it is called as directories. I want to create a new directory. I want to create a directory. What is the name of the directory which I want to create? I want to create a directory with the name D1. I want to create a directory with the name D1. In Linux, how can we create a directory? Whenever you want to create a directory, we have a command called mkdir. Stands for make directory. mkdir stands for make directory and mention the directory name which you want to create, D1. So this helps you to create a new directory. We have a command mkdir stands for make directory, which helps you to create a directory. Okay, I want to create a directory. So let's go ahead. We have a command called mkdir. Mention the directory which you want to create, D1. So which helps you to create a new directory. Perfect. Directory has been created. ls list will not only show you list of all the files, it will also show you list of all the directories also. Please observe, my dear friends. Can you see the directory which you have created? Yes. So list will not only show you files, it will also show you the directories also. You can see the directory D1 has been created. Can I create one more directory, D2? Can I create one more directory? Can I create one more directory? Yes, we have a command called mkdir, stands for make directory. Mention D2, which helps you to create a D2 directory also. ls, now you can see D1 we have already have created, and just now we have also created D2 also. This is how you can create directories. We have a command called mkdir, which helps you to create a directories. Yes, Kiran, your question, please.
Hi, Sunil. Very good morning. How
Good
to
morning.
edit the
Your voice is
content?
very low. Please repeat your
How to
question.
edit the file content?
How to edit the file? Yes, good question. For example, we have a file
Yeah,
F1,
file
right?
content. Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
We have a file F1. Okay. So right now the file F1 cat F1 is having 3 lines of content. Good morning, welcome to Linux administration. You want to change the content. Instead of good morning, you want to have it as good evening, isn't it, Kiran? So whenever you want to change
Yes.
the content present inside a file, that is possible by using editor. Okay. In Linux, we have a popular editor called VI editor, stands for visual editor. We'll see that in the tomorrow session, how to deal with
Sure.
editing a file. Okay, Kiran?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Perfect. So we have learned how to create a directories. We have created directory D1. We have created directory D2. Very good. Next, I want to show you one important command called pwd. I want to show you one important command called pwd. Stands for print working directory. We have a command called pwd. Stands for print working directory. It will show you the current path in which you are working. You're working with Linux operating system, right? You're working with Linux operating system. You're creating some files. You have created file F1. You have created file F3. You have created directory D1, D2. No doubt. Okay, good. I want to know the current location in which I'm working. To know the current location in which I'm working, we have a command called pwd, stands for print working directory. Look at the result, my dear friends. Pwd stands for print working directory. Currently, I'm pointing to /home/Sunil. This is the current location in which I'm working. So in this particular location, I'm creating files. I'm creating files F1, F3. I'm creating directories D1. So all these available in this current location /home/Sunil. So whenever you're working with the operating system Linux, whenever you want to know the current location, you want to verify the current location in which you're working, we have a command called pwd, stands for print working directory, which will show you the current path in which you're working. Perfect. Now what I want to do, okay? I want to, we have a directory D1, right? We also have directory D2. These are the two directories which is very visible. D1 is the directory which you have created. D2 is the directory which you have created. Very good. I want to create a file, something like F5 inside a directory. I want to create a file F5 inside the directory D2. This is my requirement. I want to create a files inside a directory. Can we do it? Yes. Yes, we can. Directory is nothing but folder. Like in Windows, we create many number of files inside a folder. In the same way, you can have any number of files inside directory D2. I want to create a file. The name of the file is F5. I want to create a file. The name of the file is F5, and I want to create this particular file F5 in under the D2 directory. Got it? How can we do it? Whenever you want to create a file, right now you're not pointing to D2. Right now you're pointing to /home/Sunil. Under Sunil, you have directory D1, you have directory D2. You need to enter into the required directory. First to point it to D2. So we have a command called cd, stands for change directory. We have a command cd, stands for change directory. And you need to point out to the current directory in which you want to create a file. I want to create a file F5 inside D2. So you need to point out to D2 first. This is step 1. Change to D2. Right now, you're not pointing to D2. You're pointing to /home/Sunil. Under Sunil, you have to point out to D2. First, let's do that. So we have a command called cd. And you want to enter into which directory? You want to enter into the second directory, D2. Yes, now I am pointing to D2. Can we verify? Can we verify where we are pointing to? Yes, we can verify anytime the current location by using the command called pwd. You can verify the current location in which you are working. That is pwd, stands for print working directory. Participants, where I'm pointing to? I'm pointing to /home. Under home, I have Sunil. Under Sunil, I'm pointing to D2. Previously, I'm just pointing to /home/Sunil. Now I'm pointing to /home/Sunil D2. Perfect. Very important. You should able to navigate to the required directories. I have navigated to D2. Now I'm pointing to D2, and under the D2, I want to create a file fi. Can you do it? Yes, you can create a file fi by using touch command. You can create a file by using cat command, whichever is comfortable. I will be creating a command file by using touch command fi. Yes, file got created. Ls, there is only one file fi. Perfect. So I have created a file fi under D2. Clear? PWD stands for print working directory. So where I'm pointing to? I'm pointing to /home/Sunil under Sunil D2. Very important point. For the directory D2, the parent is Sunil. For the directory D2, the parent directory is Sunil. For the Sunil, the parent directory is home. For home, the parent directory is root. So that's how the navigation is. That's how the navigation is. Can we increase the font size? Zoom in. Okay, perfect. Are you understanding? Participants, right now I'm pointing to D2. For D2, the immediate parent directory is Sunil. For Sunil, the immediate parent directory is home. For home, the parent directory is root. Okay, that's how you have to understand the navigation in Linux. Now I'm pointing to D2. I want to point out to immediate parent directory Sunil. I want to go back to Sunil directory. I want to go one step above. This is the hierarchy. /home under home Sunil under Sunil D2. I want to go back to one step above. I want to go back to the parent directory Sunil. Whenever you want to go back to immediate parent directory, we have a command called cd /. We have a command called cd /, which helps you to go to immediate parent directory. Perfect. Now where I'm pointing to PWD, I'm pointing to /home/Sunil. Perfect. Okay, so did I go to one step above? Perfect. Now in Sunil directory, ls, let's clear the screen. ls, you are able to see list of all the files and list of all the directories which you have created. So you now know how to create a directory, how to navigate, how to change the directories whichever you want, how to go to immediate parent directory. So you're able to slowly, you are able to understand dealing with files and directories. Very important. You want to remove the directory. You want to remove the directory D2. We have learned how to create a directory. Now I want to remove the directory. Whenever you want to remove the directory, best command is rm-r. -r. R stands for recursive, and mention the directory which you want to delete. I want to delete the directory D2. So the directory D2 will be deleted. In case the D2 is having some files, D2 is having some file, right? Even those files will also be deleted. So I'm deleting the directory ls. Perfect. Now I'm left over with D1. D2 is removed. I want to remove the directory D1 also. rm-r is the best command, and mention the directory which you want to delete, D1. So I'm deleting D1 also. ls. Perfect. There are no directories now. I have removed both the directories. So now you know, participants, you also now know how to create a directory, how to delete a particular directory, how to go to the immediate parent directories also. Got it? Perfect. You are now comfortable with dealing files and dealing directories. Now, what is my requirement now? This is what I want to create. D1 under D1, D2 under D2, D3 under D3, D4. This is what I want to create. Let me explain you. I want to create a directory D1. I want to create a directory D1. Under D1, I want to create a directory D2. Under D2, I want to create a directory D3. Under D3, I want to create a directory D4. This is the hierarchy which I want to create. This is the hierarchy list, the hierarchy of directories which I want to create. I want to create D1. Then I want to create D2 inside D1. Again, I want to enter into D2 and create D3, and I want to enter into D3 and I want to create D4. So just to make us comfortable navigating between the files and directories. So let's go this work out with this example. So I'll be quickly doing this. The first step, what I want to do is to create a first directory. All right. The first step, what? Let me clear the screen. mkdir d1 directory got created. Next, I want to create second directory, but inside the first directory. First, I need to point to d1. Right now, pwd, I'm not pointing to d1. So under Sunil, I have created directory d1, cd, d1. I'm now pointing to d1. Got it? I'm now pointing to d1. Under d1, inside d1, again mkdir, create a second directory, change to second directory, mkdir, create the third directory, enter into the third directory, mkdir, create the fourth directory, enter into the fourth directory, pwd, print working directory, participants, where look at this navigation, under /home/Sunil, I have created directory d1, under d1 I have created d2, under d2 I have created d3, under d3 I have created d4. Got it? You have to be very comfortable. You have to be very comfortable creating directories and navigating. One more important point, for D4, the parent is D3. For D3, the parent is D2. For D2, the parent is D1. For D1, the parent is Sunil. For Sunil, the parent is home. And the topmost directory is root. This is the hierarchy. This is the hierarchy. Got it? Hierarchy of directories. If you want to go to immediate parent directory, I want to point to D3. If you want to go to D3, cd double dot, which helps you to go to immediate parent directory, you'll go to D3. Perfect. Okay. But I don't want now, I want to directly jump to /home/Sunil. I want to directly point out to /home/Sunil. So in such case, if you want to go to a specific location, so right from the beginning, so go to cd change directory /home/Sunil. Right from the root, mention the complete path. Perfect. You will directly go to the required location. Right now, you're pointing to /home/Sunil. So the reason why I'm explaining all these examples, you have to be very comfortable navigating between the directories, creating the nested directories. You have to be very, very comfortable. I hope you are now comfortable how to create files, how to see list of all the files, how to remove files, how to create directories, how to navigate between the directories, how to remove the directories, which are very, very important, frequently used activities. So that is the reason I want to, it's very important to discuss about these points. Perfect. rm-r, we have learned it to remove the directories. Perfect. Very important point. We are now moving on. Any questions? Perfect. Yes, Ramesh.
Yeah, Sunil, here you mentioned that RM and RM hyphen R. What is the difference? So what will happen if I do RM, if I do RM hyphen R?
Hyphen R stands for recursive. Okay. What does that mean? For example, you have a directory. Look at this.
Okay.
You have a directory D10. Okay. Inside this directory, there is a file called F1, F2, F3. So you have a directory D10. Inside directory, we have three files, F1 and F2 and F3. Okay, Ramesh? Now when when you
Right.
remove this directory D10, if you want to remove the directory D10, rm-r, mention the directory which you want to remove, that is D10. So what happens is, and R stands for recursive. First, it will remove the underlining files.
Okay.
And then finally, it will remove the directory. Recursive. Okay. So first it will underline files will be removed, and finally the directory will be removed. So this is the best practice to remove the directories. Okay.
Okay.
That's the meaning of.
If I do RM, only RM D10, what will happen? So only the file will not be removed.
Look at this. First, let's create a file. Let's create a directory mkdir d10. Okay.
Okay.
Ramesh. So I have created directory d10. Okay. Now let's enter into d10. cd d10. Right now I'm pointing to d10. Okay. Inside the d10, I want to create file. Touch F1, touch F2, touch F3. Three files I have created. Okay. F1, F2, and F3. Where are these 3 files created? All these 3 files are created under the directory D10. Let's go to one step above, one immediate parent directory, CD double dot. Now you're pointing to Sunil directory. So this is the directory which you have created. Am I right?
Right.
D10. So RM D10. Remove the directory. Cannot remove directory. Cannot remove.
Okay.
It is RM is used to remove the file. We have learned how to remove a file, right? Okay. But it is not a file, it is a directory, and this directory is also having some more content, isn't it? So hyphen R stands for what, Ramesh? Recursive.
Yeah, recursive.
What does that mean? First
What are the files?
D1, first inside D1 there are 3 files, F1, F2, F3. Those will be deleted. Okay, and then finally the directory will be removed. RM hyphen R D10. Are you able to delete it? Perfect. Okay. So always whenever you're dealing with directories, please use recursive option. Irrespective whether the directory is empty or not empty, don't worry about this. RM-R is the option you have to remember for deleting the directories.
Thank you, Sunil. I got it now.
Thank you very much. Next. Let's know where are we standing. So we have learned how can we create files, how to remove files, how to create directories, how to remove directories. We are comfortable navigating. Very important long list. Important, very, very important point. LS. Ramesh, can we have a talk? You are now allowed to unmute. Can we have a talk for a small discussion? Can you hear me, Ramesh?
Yeah, I can hear.
What LS stands for?
List out. We need to list.
It will list out all the files as well as directories.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But my requirement is not only just list. I want more information about date and time when the file has been created. Okay. What is the size of the file? What are the permissions of this particular file? I want more information. What a normal list command, participants, what the normal list will just give you list of names. But you want more information about the date and time when the file has been created, or the size of the file or a directory. Every file will have permissions. I want to look at the permissions of that particular file. Whenever you want more detailed information about the files and directories, we have a command called ls-l. L stands for long list. L stands for long list. How many directories we are having? If you count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 directories we are having. And how many files we are having? 2 files. Participants, we are having 9 directories and 2 files. ls-l also, you're getting the same information. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 directories and 2 files. Same information. Am I right, Ramesh? Like how you are getting 9 directories and 2 files. Here also you're getting 9 directories and 2 files. But are you getting some additional information? Something like DRW. These are nothing but permissions. What is 6th November? This is the date and time when the file has been created. What is 53? This is the size of the file. The file F1 size is what? 53 bytes. So participants, if you are able to, if you want more information, thank you, Ramesh. Thank you for the support. So whenever you want to get more information about the files, what kind of more information you want to see? The permissions. You want to look at the permissions. So a file or a directory can have 3 types of permissions: read, write, and execute. You want to know more about the permissions. You want to know the size of the file. This is nothing but the owner of the file. This is what the group, what the file belongs to. So what is owner, what is group? We'll discuss that soon in the coming classes. Where you want to know the date and time when the file has been created. You want to know the size of the file. Are you getting more information? Yes, you are able to get more information because long list. Participants, normal list will not give you more information. It just gives you a list of all the files. When you want more information like date and time, files, permissions, the size of the file, then you have to go for long list option. So long list will give you more information. Anyways, in the coming classes, we'll discuss about how to deal with permissions, What is this Sunil? Why this Sunil is getting repeated? What do you mean by size? This is size 53. So we'll spend more information about this data, but you are able to get more information by using -L option, that is called long list, which is very, very frequently used. Next, let's move on. Interesting thing, I want to create a file. File name is F5. This is the name of the file. I want to create a file with the name .f5. Please have a look at this. I want to create a file with the name .f5. So what happens when a file name starts with dot? That is what I want to show you. This is a normal list. I want to create a file with the name .f5. You can create it by using the cat command. You can also create it by using the touch command. I want to create it by using the touch command. The command is pretty simple, touch.f5. So the file gets created. Let's experience it. Let us experience it. I want to create a file with the name dot. The command is touch.f5. No doubt successfully the file has been created. ls to see list of all the files. Interesting point of observation, you are able to get f1 and f3. What about the new file which we have just now created? You have just now created a file with the name .fi. Are you able to see the list of all the new file which we have just now created? No. The file, you're not getting any error. File has successfully created. You get the dollar prompt back. The file no doubt is created, but you are not able to see that particular file in the list because in Linux, when a file name starts with dot, in Linux, when a file name starts with dot, it is a hidden file. It is a hidden file. Similarly, when a directory name starts with dot, mkdir for creating a new directory, the name of the directory which I want to create is .d7. No doubt the directory is created. ls, you will not able to see d7. When a file name starts with dot, it is a hidden file. Similarly, when a directory name starts with dot, it is a hidden directory. List command ls is not capable of showing you hidden files. It cannot show you hidden files. It cannot show you hidden directories. It will just show you normal files and normal directories. A normal list command will just give you a list of normal files. It will not show you hidden files. If you want to look at hidden files also, you have to use the command ls-a. A stands for all. You get normal files as well as you get hidden files also. Please observe, my dear friends, I'm using ls-a. First important observation, the new directory which you have created .d7, are you able to get the .d7? Yes, you are able to get .d7. We have created a file .fi. Are you able to get .5? To our surprise, there are many more hidden directories. .local, .mozilla, .config, .cache. It is internally used by operating system. But you now know the concept in Linux. When a file name starts with dot, it is a hidden file. Similarly, when a directory name starts with dot, it is a hidden directory. A normal list command cannot show you hidden files. It cannot show you. It is only showing you normal files. It will not show you hidden files. If you want to look at the hidden files also, you have to use -A option. A stands for what? A stands for all. What do you mean by all? It will show you all the files, normal files as well as hidden files. So total 3 listing options we have learned. One is ls, a normal list, which will just show you ls, a regular list, which will just show you list of all the files and directories. We have used an option called ls-l, which will show you the date and time when the file has been created, the permissions of the file. Okay, what is the size of the file? We have learned it. Do you remember ls-l? We have learned it. So it will show you long listing option. And then third option we have used is third list command we have used is ls-a, which will show you all the files, not only the normal files, ls-a, which will show you not only all the files, it will show you hidden files also. Got it? So these are all, you have to be very comfortable with respect to listing options. You can use a combination of options. You can use combination of options. -L is one option. hyphen A is option. You can use the combination of option ls hyphen LA. What happens? ls hyphen L, we already know the output. ls hyphen L will show you list of all the files and directories, the date and time, the size of the files, the permissions. That's good. But it will not show you hidden files. When you also attach A to the along option, ls hyphen A stands for hidden files also. So in such case, ls hyphen L will just show you list of all the files and more details. ls hyphen A stands for all. It will show you all the details, long listing of normal files as well as hidden files also. .5 is a hidden file. You're getting the date and time, the size of the file, the permissions of the file. You can use a combination of listing options. Got it? You can use the combination of listing options. Very, very important. Regularly used. You have to be very comfortable. Okay, a normal ls command will just give you names. ls hyphen L will give you names, date and time, size, permissions. A will give you a list of all the names of hidden files also. Combination of list as well as hidden files also. Watch the recording. Very, very important. Every day, please spend some time watching the recorded session. Spend some time practicing whatever we are learning to retain the concepts, whatever we are learning. Clear about this day by day. We will be adding many topics in future. So where are we standing? We now know what happens when a file name starts with dot. It is a hidden file. How to see the hidden files, hyphen A option, how to create a hidden directory. We have now combination of listing options. We have learned how to copy a file. How to copy a file. Let's clear the screen. ls, we have a file f1. What is the content in the file f1? What is the content in the file f1? It is having some 3 lines of content. Good morning, welcome to DevOps. Am I right? Can you read the data? Cat, don't use greater than symbol. Greater than symbol, you have to use it only when you're creating a new file. Greater than symbol, you have to use it only when you're creating a new file. But now we are not creating a new file. File is already available. F1. File is already there. I want to see the data present in the file F1. So just use cat F1. Yes, you are able to see the data. Good morning. Welcome to DevOps. Welcome to Linux and thank you. Perfect. Now this particular file 1, I want to copy. Okay. Whatever the source file is there, F1, I want to copy this F1 and I want to copy the content into the new file, something like F6. Whatever the copy, I want to create a copy of the file F1 to F6. Okay. Do you have F6 already available? No, F6 already is not there. So whenever you want to copy a file, we have a meaningful command copy. CP stands for copy. Mention the source, mention the destination. In our case, CP, copy source, which file you want to copy, F1. And where do you want to copy F6? Do you have F6 ready? Do you have the file F6 ready? No, it's not ready. What happens? File gets created. F6 file gets created and the content, whatever the content is there in the F1, as it is the same content will be copied into F6. Let's experience it. CP stands for copy. Which file you want to copy? F1. Where do you want to paste it? I want to copy it and paste it in F6. No doubt, successfully executed. ls. Have you observed F6 got created? Shall we see the data in the F6? How can we see the data? Cat F6. Are you able to see the same content? Good morning, welcome to Linux and thank you. Are you able to see the same content? Yes. So CP stands for copy, which helps you to copy the file wherever you want. You can copy it. Next. Rename a file. Okay. Clear the screen. ls. We have a file F1. I want to rename to F10. This is the current file F1. I want to change to F10. Can we rename it? In Linux, if you want to rename it, we have a command called MB stands for move. It's not rename command, it's a move command. MB stands for move. The original file name and you want to change to new file name, F10. So this is a move command which helps you to rename it. So MB stands for move. The source file F1 and you want to rename to What is the new file which you want to rename to? The rename to F10, right? So mention F1 to F10. So move, remember move is for renaming, successfully renamed. Now you can see F1 has been renamed to F10. Cat F10, are you able to get the same data? Yes. So for rename, remember there's an option called MV, stands for move, which helps you to rename it. Similarly, you can rename the directory also. You can see we have a directory D1. Okay. You have a directory D1. I want to change D1 to D5. So MV stands for move, the source directory D1, and you want to rename to D5. We are done. LS, the D1 has been successfully renamed to D5. Perfect. Perfect. So this is how you can rename the files as well as directories. Clear? Clear, my dear participants? I hope you have enjoyed the session. Please respond in the chat box. Am I clear? My dear participants, please respond in the chat box. Am I clear in explaining you the agenda for today's session? You are now comfortable creating files. You are now comfortable removing the files, creating the directories, how to know the current path, how to navigate between the directories, how to see list of all the files, what happens when a file name starts with dot, how to create hidden directories, how to copy, very frequently used options. As I told you, we'll start from the scratch and then we go to detailed concepts. Thank you very much. I'm happy with your responses. Thank you very much in the responses in the chat box. Stay tuned for tomorrow's session. Tomorrow is also a demo. Tomorrow is a continuation of today's session. What is our plan for tomorrow? We'll spend more details. What do you mean by dollar prompt? What is hash prompt? How can we switch from one user to other user? We have a pseudo keyword. How to work with permissions. Today we have seen, right? There are 3 types of permissions: read, write, and execute. We learn what do you understand the permissions, how to deal with permissions. Much more interesting concepts. Stay tuned for tomorrow's session. Tomorrow is also the demo. The same link what you have used, you can use the same link to join the tomorrow session. Join the WhatsApp group so that you get the updates about this particular session. So I can see some hand raised. Let's start with Amol. Yes, Amol.
Hi Sunil, I have joined the WhatsApp group now.
Okay.
I'm not able to see the yesterday video.
You will get it within half an hour. You will get the yesterday's demo, yesterday's recorded session, as well as today's recorded session, as well as you can also have a look at it in our YouTube channel. 1 minute. YouTube/Logic Labs. I think so. 1 minute. WhatsApp community is very, very important.
Sunil, any middleware training also?
1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. So Amul, this is the Linux administration day 1, okay? Which we have. This is day 1, okay? Join the group, join the community. So you get day 1 and day 2 also, okay? If you have decided to end, okay, you are done. And any more questions, Amul?
Yes. Any middleware technology training there in our process?
Which middleware you are looking for?
WebSphere.
WebSphere. We have not yet started. I'll update you. Stay tuned in the groups to get the updates.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Yes. How are you doing, Mike? Your location, your experience, please. And how is today's session? You are now allowed to unmute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm Mike Augustine. I'm from the US.
Okay.
Yes. Thanks so much. I appreciate your teaching. This is my second time having training under you, Python.
Thank you.
Yes. I was wondering when you did the copy, I was wondering to know what if I'm not in the same directory and I want to copy a file?
You have to mention this. You have to mention the entire source location right from the root.
Location. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Perfect. Jamaldeen, good morning.
I don't have any questions, Anis.
Okay. Thank you, Jamal. Perfect. Thank you all. I hope you have enjoyed the session. See you tomorrow for much more learning on Linux. Please create the virtual machine and do hands-on whatever we are learning. Take the advantage of recorded sessions. In case if you're not finding time to practice, at least watch the video.
Sunil,
1 hour video.
sorry to interrupt.
Yes, Jamal.
Just only one question. Actually, right now we have used with Linux is the 8 version, correct?
Correct.
Why not 9 point current version? Because almost is 9 should be oh, 9.5 should be reached right now current version.
Okay.
So why we used it?
You can do that. We will do that. As it is beginning, it does not make any difference, but we'll try to upgrade it and show you examples in the newer version. That's not a problem. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, see you tomorrow for much more learning. At least watch the video. 1 hour video, you can quickly complete it in half an hour. Spend some time revising and stay tuned, motivated for the tomorrow session for much more learning on Linux. If you want to enroll for this course, go to our website, logiclabstech.com. I hope you already know the website. I'm also sending the URL of the website in the chat box. Okay, you go for upcoming batches. So this is what I have started. Yesterday is the day 1, today is day 2. We have an option called payment link. Okay, this is as per Indian rupees, it is 4,720. Please check out and then log in using Google, continue with Google, and you can make the payment using QR code, Google Pay, Phone Pay, or UPI. International participants, please make the payment using credit card. Okay, see you tomorrow for much more learning on Linux administration. Have a good time. Thank you.